What's up, guys? Welcome to my first video here on Ironic MLS fan YouTube channel. Thank you all for taking your time and clicking on this video, and thank you all who subscribe. So this is like my third time trying to make this video. Originally, I recorded this video showing my face and all that, but my camera was being all weird and it just, I don't know, the video wouldn't upload, so I'm gonna try to do it here. Pretty much what I'm gonna do is just play a match while I'm talking and answering questions that you guys asked on my Instagram page. So yeah, I asked you guys to ask some questions so I could answer them here in this video. This is my first official video, and I'm also going to be talking about what this channel is going to consist of and what this channel is going to be about. So yeah, so sit back, relax, and just enjoy this video, guys. So the first question I got here on an Instagram post, my Instagram post was, which MLS striker do you think will have the best season next year? So I kind of have two answers to that one, and that is Nikolic and Josef Martinez. Oh, by the way, the person that asked the question was Andrew.Watson_13. So yeah, they asked which MLS striker I think will have the best season next year. So Josef Martinez and Nikolic, I think those are the two who are probably gonna have great season next year if they still continue with their teams. But I think out of those two that will probably have the best season is Josef Martinez. Nikolic right now is having a pretty great season with Chicago Fire. I think it's his first season, and Josef Martinez is also having a great season with Atlanta. He scored some goals, but he had an injury, which is why he doesn't have as many goals as he should have. I think he would have 2 times the goals he has right now if it weren't for that injury. So yeah, I think they both are great players. They both are newcomers, I believe, for the MLS. Yeah. So I think Josef Martinez or Nikolic are gonna get best MLS striker next season. So let's go to the next question from toronto.f.c.fanpage. Who do you think will get Rookie of the Year and Newcomer of the Year? So I'm gonna take that as two questions, meaning they kind of asked this like if it were for me to just say one player that will get both, but I'm gonna answer this as if it were like one player that will get one and the other the other. So the Rookie of the Year, I think it's gonna be Lima from San Jose Earthquakes or Gressel from Atlanta United. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know much about rookies. Well, like I've paid attention to rookies in the MLS before, but this year for some reason I haven't been paying much attention to that. I don't know why, but yeah, but I've heard about Lima and Gressel. I believe Lima's a defender for San Jose Earthquakes, and I've heard a lot of good comments and opinions about him. And Gressel, I've seen him play, and he's really good, and I've also heard people say he's really good, and I've also read articles saying how he's a really good midfielder for Atlanta and all that. And so yeah, they're both rookies for two different teams, and I think either one of them is going to get Rookie of the Year, but I'm not sure. I don't know much about rookies, so yeah. And toronto.f.c.fanpage also asked who is going to get Newcomer of the Year. In my opinion, I think Miguel Almiron from Atlanta United is going to get Newcomer of the Year. My reason for that is he has 8 goals and 8 assists right now, and he's a really good player. I've seen him play various times. He's just an amazing player overall. I mean, 8 goals and 8 assists in like 20 or 19 matches is pretty good if you ask me for a midfielder. It's really good. I think he deserves to be in Europe, like, you know, at least in teams like Everton, or, you know, those teams that are kind of like medium, like, you know, not like an amazing team like Real Madrid or Barcelona or Chelsea, but, you know, teams at least like Everton or Sevilla or teams like that. At least those types of teams I think he deserves to play in. And I think the MLS is awesome for him. I think he feels pretty great here, scoring so many goals and assists. Now, I'm not saying it's easy to score in the MLS or that. I'm just saying that, you know, the MLS has really good defenders, and he to have those many goals and those many assists is just wow, like amazing. So yeah, I think he's gonna get newcomer of the year. The next question comes from New York Red Bulls underscore RBNY. Who do you think has the highest chances of winning the MLS Cup? So this is pretty much asking who do I think will win the MLS Cup, pretty much. I think, well, I think there's four candidates for this, and they are Toronto FC, Chicago Fire, Sporting KC, and FC Dallas. Those four teams are having amazing seasons, especially Toronto and Sporting KC and Chicago Fire. FC Dallas has already had really good seasons before, but these three teams are having seasons like never before, and it's just amazing how well each of those teams are playing. But I think the one that has the highest chances out of all of those is Toronto FC, because, well, last year they won the last year they lost the MLS Cup final versus Seattle, and I feel like they definitely want the MLS Cup this year even more than last year, since they know they can get to a final again, having the same players they had from last season. A lot of them, like Giovinco or Bradley or Altidore, all those players, they're probably very confident this season, and they probably think, hey, we're first place, where we got to the final last year, we're definitely probably gonna win the MLS Cup. So I think Toronto has a lot of confidence right now, and they're playing really well, and I think they're gonna end up being first or second place. But I'm not saying just because they're first or second, I'm not saying because they're first place right now that they're gonna end up being the champions. Like, there's been teams like Red Bulls that have not even got into the MLS Cup final after being first and second. But I think Toronto is one of those teams that, even after being first all year long, they're still going to get to the MLS Cup final and not forget how they were playing, or not forget how much chemistry they had and all that. And I think they're going to get to the MLS Cup final. So yeah, I think Toronto FC has the highest chances this season of being the MLS Cup champions. And the next question is next question is from Fuego underscore FC underscore YouTube underscore Mixer. Who do you think will win the Open Cup? What is your opinion on Miami FC and FC Cincinnati, and what have they accomplished this year? And do they have any chance at the cup final? So these are like three questions. So I'm going to answer the first one, which is, who do you think will win the Open Cup? I think Sporting KC will win the Open Cup this year. They're having a pretty great MLS season, and they've been playing pretty great in the US Open Cup so far. I think Sporting KC has a really great team this year, and I think they're definitely gonna be the champions in the U.S. Open Cup. I don't think Red Bulls really is gonna actually win the cup. I just don't see Red Bulls winning this cup this year. I don't think Red Bulls is doing terrible, but Red Bulls isn't really having an amazing season in MLS, and they don't play like I don't know. They're not very consistent. I think Red Bulls is really weird this season. I don't know, but who knows? Maybe Red Bulls can actually win the final versus Sporting KC. But I believe I heard that if Sporting KC gets to the final, the final is played in their home. in their home. So yeah, that's another, Sporting KC is clearly a favorite if they play the final in their home. So I think they would definitely be the champions if they played in the finals at home. And they also asked, what is your opinion on Miami FC and Cincinnati, and what they have accomplished this year? So I think both teams are doing pretty great. I mean, to be USL and NASL teams, or are they both USL? I forgot, my bad. But to be teams that aren't part of the MLS and to be getting this far in this cup, that means that the team has been trying really hard, and the team is really confident that they could, get past those rounds versus other MLS teams. So yeah, I think they've been having pretty great. I think they've been playing pretty great these past matches in the U.S. Open Cup. They're obviously candidates to win. I mean, actually, I don't actually think they can win the U.S. Open Cup. I'm sorry if I offended anyone that is a fan of either team, but I honestly don't see any of those two teams winning the U.S. Open Cup, especially since I believe that Sporting KC is gonna win the U.S. Open Cup. But yeah, they also asked if they have any chance at the final. Where, well, if they get to the final, if any of them get to the final, I don't actually think they have a chance. I mean, I'd say they have like a 5% of winning the final, and that's if the other team gets like a red card or something. I don't know, but I honestly don't see any of those teams winning the final. I don't know. I just don't. And yeah, so those were all the questions. Thank you to those who asked the questions on Instagram on my recent post. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This channel is going to be about me talking about the MLS, like MLS matches, MLS transfers, MLS players, a bunch of MLS stuff. If you guys are interested, go ahead and subscribe. If you guys are a fan of any team in the MLS, you should totally subscribe, because I might talk about your team in any video in the future. And I don't know how often I'm going to upload, but hopefully I upload enough to be consistent and to make you guys feel entertained. And yeah, so that was the video for today. If this video gets 10 likes and if I get 10 subscribers by the time I make my next video, I'm gonna reveal my team and I'm gonna wear the shirt of my favorite MLS team. So yeah, bye guys, and thanks for watching.